Hello, I've had a request for this story from Emily Gill. We're talking on FaceTime with my daughter Moira, her friend Shanice, and there was Emily. And she was on about how much she liked Highland cows. Well, as I was on a trip up to Scotland last year, I bought myself this lovely little Highland cow. And I got this lovely little book called Harry the Highlander. Right, Harry the Highlander, Up the Glen, is written by Cameron Scott and illustrated by Cee Biscoe. As a little treat to Emily, I've made her very own crocheted Highland cow, which as yet has no name, but I'm sure Emily will give it a lovely name. So this is going to go out to you. So, one of the things I want to point out is if I'm reading, I have to read down like this, but I will keep looking at you. And I'll show you the pictures whenever I can. So is that all right? Are you getting comfortable? So this is Harry the Highlander, Up the Glen by Cameron Scott. So let us start off. So, Harry was sad to see his mum leave for the Highland show. He was missing her already, even though she was not quite left yet. She was taking part in a big competition for the best looking cow, and Harry was sure she would win the top prize. She had a beautiful coat. He was a very brave little calf, and he told his mum he would be okay and just play with the other cows in the part of the field. However, Harry was a Highland coo with a very shaggy coat and looked different from all the other cows. And just because he looked different, they would not play with him. So Harry wandered to the far corner of the field to be by himself. No one else visited that corner of the field, so no one had noticed that the fence had broken down. Harry decided that this was his chance to get away from the unfriendly cows and maybe even find some friendly ones. Some that were just like him. He climbed through the hole in the fence and set off up the glen. There he is, setting off up the glen. It wasn't long before he came across a tiny brown mouse. "Hello," said Harry. "Why are you so glum?" The little brown mouse told him that he had long whiskers and that tickled the other mice when they tried to sleep. They wouldn't let him sleep with them. So the tiny brown mouse had decided to look for some friends that didn't mind his long whiskers. "Well," said Harry, "you can come with me if you want. My coat is so thick and warm that your whiskers won't tickle me." And the mouse scampered up Harry's back, and the two young animals headed up the glen. As they were resting by a riverbank, they heard a strange squawk, squawk, squawking noise. It was an adorable little duckling that was swimming up the river all by herself. "Hello," said Harry. "Where are you going?" The duckling told them that the other ducks had picked on her because she couldn't sing properly, so she'd waddled off up the river to sing by herself. "Well," said Harry, "we would love to hear you." The new friends continued up the glen, squawking and swinging together. Harry had been telling his new friends how unkind the cows had been, and when they came across a shy young fox cub sitting by an old tree. "Hello," said Harry. "Why are you so sad?" The little fox cub said the other foxes would not let them eat with them because he had such a long nose, and it kept getting in the way. So he decided that he would try and find some friends that didn't mind his long nose at all. Well, said Harry, we don't mind. And the unlikely friends wandered up even further up the glen. Show you this picture, it's lovely. There they are. So, the higher they went, the colder it became, and everyone huddled closer to Harry. Suddenly, they made their way past some big boulders, and they bumped into a rather odd-looking animal. I'm sorry, said the bumbling little goat. I keep bumping into things. That's okay, said Harry. What are you doing all the way up here? Well, he said, the other goats said I'm too clumsy and told me to keep out their way. Harry said, you can come along with us. We don't mind if you bump into things. The 5 unusual friends stuck even closer together as the wind blew harder, but still they pushed right to the top of the glen. By the time they got to the top, it was very cold and it was starting to get dark, so they decided that they would find somewhere to bed down for the night. They found a small cave just big enough for them to squeeze inside, and they cuddled together to keep out the cold. Harry told them how happy he was to have found so many friends and that they were all a little bit different. And he said, that really does not matter. Before long, they were fast asleep, all cuddled up to Harry. And he was keeping them warm with the help of his shaggy coat. While they were fast asleep, it snowed and snowed and snowed. Snuggled up close and safe inside the cave, the animals were warm. But let's find out what the but was. When they woke up next morning, it was white everywhere. Everywhere except inside the cave, which was still dark. The snow had piled up over the entrance and had trapped them all inside. Oh! The shy young foxglove sat up. He sniffed and sniffed and sniffed again, trying to find the entrance of the cave. Then he poked his really long nose until he made a small hole to the outside. Well done, said Harry. You are a really wise fox. There's the little fox's nosy going out. So, it was a good job he got a long nose. Outside, everywhere was covered in snow. Even though it was magical, they all wanted to play for a while. The 5 friends agreed they had better head back to the farm. As they made their way up the back down to the glen, they came to a very wide river. Look, the bridge is broken, said the tiny mouse. I can't swim across there. Neither can I, said the wise fox. We'll be washed away. But the bumbling little goat had an idea. She chewed and chewed her way right through the rope from the old bridge. What a clever goat, said Harry. But how will that help us get across to the other side? I've got an idea, said the duckling. She grabbed the rope and jumped into the water. She splashed and spluttered, she spluttered and struggled, and eventually she made her way across to the other side. You are a plucky little duck, shouted Harry, as she wrapped the rope around a big rock as tight as she could. Then the tiny brown mouse scampered along the rope. After that, Harry held onto the rope, and the clever goat and the not-so-shy fox held onto each other as they made their way carefully across. They gave their coats a good shake, and Harry gave his shaggy coat an extra shake because it was so thick and heavy with water. Which way now? He asked as they looked out of the trees. Nearly done. Suddenly, the brown mouse scampered up to the top of the tallest tree. I can see a farm, she shouted. I can show you the way." Then the Dairy Mouse climbed up on Harry's back and led them through the woods and down the glen. It's a lovely picture there. Nice picture. So, Harry's mum was waiting and very pleased to see him with all his new friends. We're all a bit different, but that's what makes us special. If you're friendly, you will always make new friends, said the mum. And with that, the farmer agreed that they could all stay with Harry on the farm. So there you go. That was a lovely story. So I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you're having a beautifully good day. Sorry about the distraction about looking down and things. It's just really hard to read when you've got a video camera in front of you, but I hope you're enjoying the stories. So have a happy and wonderful day. Bye for now.